Imagine flying 35,000 feet in the sky, sipping on tomato juice you'd never touch on land, while cruising through turbulence like a popcorn kernel in a microwave. And someone next to you is mad because, wait for it, the clouds were too fluffy. Welcome aboard! Buckle up, because today we're diving nose first into the 61 weirdest complaints airlines ever received. These are real, bizarre, and hilarious grievances from actual passengers who apparently expected first-class service in a parallel universe. Get ready to laugh, cringe, and say, wait, someone actually said that? Let's taxi down the runway of ridiculousness. But before we do, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for more amazing facts. Let's begin. 1. The pilot didn't introduce himself. A passenger complained that the pilot never introduced himself over the intercom. They said, "I like to know who's flying me around. It's unsettling not knowing the man or woman holding my life in their hands." Honestly, what did they expect? A LinkedIn profile and handshake mid-flight? 2. The plane was too noisy. One passenger demanded a refund because the plane made too much noise during takeoff. Ma'am, it's a jet engine, not a Tesla. 3. There weren't enough movies about dogs. A traveler wrote a 2-paragraph complaint about the lack of canine content in the in-flight entertainment. There were plenty of action and rom-coms, but what about the dog lovers? Note to airlines: replace Fast and Furious 10 with Beethoven ASAP. 4. The clouds ruined my view. One flyer said they booked a window seat to enjoy the view and were devastated that clouds blocked their scenery. We'd like to formally apologize on behalf of Mother Nature. Next time, we'll install a wiper for your cloud vision. 5. The flight attendant looked bored. Someone was offended that their flight attendant didn't look enthusiastic while serving peanuts. I mean, after dealing with complaints about the clouds and movie dogs, can you blame them? 6. Too much blue. A passenger once filed a feedback form saying everything on the plane was too blue. The seats, the uniforms, even the lighting. It felt like being trapped inside a blueberry. Someone's been watching too much Willy Wonka. The pilot flew too high. One person said, "We were too high up. I don't feel safe that far off the ground. Please fly lower next time." I think they're confusing planes with roller coasters. 8. The flight was too fast. Believe it or not, someone actually said, "The flight arrived 25 minutes early and I wasn't ready to land yet." They must really love turbulence. 9. The safety demonstration was boring. A flyer claimed the pre-flight safety demo was too monotone and suggested airlines hire actors to spice it up. Next flight, we'll bring in Morgan Freeman and maybe a fog machine. 10. I didn't get a window seat next to the window. This person asked for a window seat but complained that the window was slightly behind their shoulder, not directly beside their eyes. Technically, it was still a window seat, just not the one in their imagination. 11. Too much legroom. You read that right. A passenger actually said, "I couldn't reach the floor with my feet." You'd think they'd be grateful, but nope. Apparently, too much comfort is uncomfortable. 12. The armrest didn't go all the way up. Someone wanted to lie sideways like it was their couch at home. I couldn't stretch my torso. Sir, this is 17 inches of seat, not your living room recliner. 13. The seat reclined too far. Meanwhile, another person complained the seat in front of them reclined too aggressively, as if the guy in 23B was trying to do a backflip. 14. I don't like facing forward. Someone asked, very seriously, if they could face backward. I get better vibes that way. What are you, a horse in a trailer? The seatbelt felt judgmental. They said, "I know I've gained weight. The belt didn't have to remind me." We suspect it wasn't the seatbelt, just the snack cart from earlier. Someone once complained they wanted to sit facing the pilot. So, and do what? Cheer him on? Headrest smelled like shampoo. Apparently, that's offensive now. Maybe we should go back to the natural scent of panic and potato chips. 18. Too many people in one row. It's an airplane, not your private jet.
There wasn't a cup holder.
That's what the tray table is for.
But sure, let's rip up the fuselage to add cup holders for your orange juice. I wanted to sit near the snacks.
Same, but unless you're in the galley, you're gonna have to wait like the rest of us, snack lord. My meal looked different than the photo in the magazine. That glossy picture was photoshopped 6 times, and probably from 2009. 22. The chicken tasted too chickeny. Direct quote, too much chicken flavor. What were they hoping for? Beef? 23. The dessert was too cold. They said the chocolate mousse was aggressively chilled. That's kind of the point. 24. The wine wasn't aged enough. It's not a vineyard. It's a pressurized metal tube full of strangers and recycled air. 25. The cheese smelled like cheese. Now we're just complaining about things that are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. 26. No sushi on board. Oh yes, raw fish. In the sky. In turbulence. What could go wrong? 27. I asked for extra olives. Got 2. It was a mini plastic cup, not a Greek buffet. 28. No avocado toast option. On a 6 a.m. red-eye from Kansas to Ohio. Millennials, calm down. 29. I asked for a bit of ice and got 4 cubes. Sir, are we weighing cubes now? 30. The cookie was too crumbly. It's a cookie. Crumbling is part of its job description. 31. The baby in front of me blinked too often. How dare that baby regulate moisture in its eyeballs? 32. The man next to me wore a loud shirt. It had pineapples on it. That's not volume, that's vacation energy. 33. The woman across the aisle chewed too silently. I couldn't tell if she was eating or judging me. Sounds like a personal issue. 34. The passenger behind me whispered to himself. Maybe he was practicing mindfulness. Or cursing the clouds. Either way, not your business. 35. The person next to me kept stretching. So, you're mad they were fighting off blood clots? 36. The man behind me took off his shoes and his socks. Okay, finally, a valid complaint. That's a no-fly zone right there. 37. The woman in front of me had a ponytail and it touched my tray table. Hair turbulence, it's real. 38. Someone hummed through their headphones. The complaint literally said, I felt like I was being followed by a jazz ghost. 39. Too many passengers smiled at me. Someone said it felt too friendly and made them uncomfortable. Next time, let's all scowl for comfort. 40. The flight attendant said, enjoy your flight, sarcastically. Maybe they were just tired of cloud complaints? 41. The bathroom mirror was too small. You're here to wash your hands, not do a photo shoot. 42. The sink water splashed my shirt. Gravity works differently in tiny metal closets. Who knew? 43. The lock was too loud. They said it startled them, and they dropped their comb. How dramatic! 44. Toilet flush was too powerful. Quote, I feared it would suck me in. Toilet or black hole? 45. Not enough hooks for my jacket in the lavatory. It's a bathroom the size of a shoebox. Hang your coat on your dignity. 46. Toilet paper wasn't quilted. It's not a 5-star hotel. You get 1 ply and prayers. 47. My bag came out last. Yes, that's how random sorting works. Someone's has to be last. 48. My suitcase came out first and scared me. The actual complaint, I wasn't emotionally prepared to see it yet. Who knew bags needed a dramatic entrance? 49. My luggage smelled like airplane. That's because it was on an airplane. 50. My bag was dusty. It flew 1,000 miles in a metal box. Cut it some slack. 51. I wanted my bag to arrive before me. That's not how airports work. Or teleportation. 52. My suitcase wheels squeaked when I rolled it through the terminal. Blame physics, not the pilot. 53. The clouds looked weird. One passenger claimed the clouds resembled animals and it made them uneasy. Maybe take a nap? 54. The sky was too bright. Maybe don't stare directly into the sun? 55. The plane was going north, but I wanted south. Then why did you book a ticket to Toronto? 56. The safety car didn't match the plane color. Aesthetic over survival, apparently. 57. The floor pattern gave me vertigo. It was gray carpet. Calm down. 58. The flight number wasn't lucky. Maybe airlines should consult fortune tellers before assigning numbers? 59. The boarding music wasn't my vibe. Sorry we didn't play your Spotify playlist during Zone 3. 60. The Wi-Fi wasn't as fast as home. You're 7 miles above ground. Be glad you can even load cat memes. 61. I don't like flying, but it's the only way to travel. Yes, this was submitted as an official complaint. Fix this, they said. We'll get right on inventing teleportation. And that concludes the wild ride of the 61 weirdest airline complaints ever filed. From militant butter to judgmental seatbelts, it's safe to say some people should just drive. Comment below, what's the funniest or weirdest thing you've experienced on a flight? Like this video if you laughed. Subscribe for more absurd, funny, and true stories. Until next time, fly safe, and don't forget, the clouds don't work for you.